What's up? Welcome back to the Voice Behind the Voice podcast. I am Marquita Hudgens, and I'm so excited that you are here. Even if it's your first time here, listen, you want to go back to episode 47. At least go back to episode 47 and watch it. Just, it's going to add, 20 minutes to your YouTube time, but I'm pretty sure you were planning on being on YouTube for a while. Not these days, unless you're going to watch one video, you're probably going to YouTube to spend some hefty quality time. So I hope that you spend it on the Voice Behind the Voice podcast playlist, which the link will of course be at the end and in the info bubble up there. So I've created this self protocol, and I talk about it a lot in episode 47 and 48. Um, I don't want to waste too much of your time if you've already watched episode 47, 48. I just want to get to it. It's episode 49. And I'm talking about mastering the protocol. Mastering the protocol. I'm a little on edge. Um, like there's a little bit of anxiety right now because I have one kid that's up, and this is my last video for today. I got one kid that's up and eating Pop-Tarts, and I have the other one that's still sleeping. I'm like, oh, if I could just get through a good like 15 minutes on this video without her waking up, we're good. Like, we're good. So I have a little bit of because you guys have known, if you are a fan of the Voice Behind the Voice podcast or Marquita Hudgens in general, you know my kids be interrupting. But kids are kids. Um, so mastering the protocol. There's a reason why I can't get started. There are things that I need to talk to you about. Right now, what's going on right now on Dynamic Com for Kids is the virtual Bible study. It's a 2-week Bible study. It started this week, so even though this is the last day of the first week, we still have next week. So your kids ages 5 through 12, go ahead and sign them up, get them in there. And of course, if you're just now signing up, I think I can figure out a way to, get you those episodes, lessons that you missed. Okay, so I'll work on that. And for prayer, the Prayerful Dynamic podcast comes on Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and on multiple podcast outlets. So you want to check that out. I'm praying for you. That's going to be up in the bubble and at the end on the end screen. Like doing this, like I'm already talking about the end. And there's another thing. Okay, so this podcast, the Voice Behind the Podcast, comes on at 11 CST, multiple podcast outlets, and then on YouTube at 11:30 Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right, so I got that out of the way, and now I want to talk about mastering your protocol. So we have talked about self-protocol. We've talked about committing to your own standards. Committing to your own values, setting your own standards, drawing your own boundaries, communicating your limitations and expectations, respect, and also standing up for what you believe in. Now, over the last several weeks, I've dug deeper. Every week was dedicated to one of those phases, and I definitely want to help you understand why it is so important to have a protocol about yourself, because we're talking about self-actualization and realizing your potential, like your full potential, like not just where you see yourself in 5 years or in 10 years, but what the impact that you see your life having on the world. It's very important to know right now how you want to be treated, and the types of things that you're going to expect, the types of things you're going to accept, the types of things that you're going to dismiss and avoid. It's good to know that now, because I believe that once you have mastered that protocol, you're definitely on like a fast track. And of course, we're every day is, like I said in episode 48, every day, um, you're gonna be getting towards that, becoming that. And you have to do things differently. Exercise doing things differently. Exercise removing those thoughts that keep you bound, and letting go of those things, letting go of those thoughts that, that you're not worth it, and it's all a waste of time, and it's not really going to happen, and you don't deserve to win. Like, because you do deserve to win. And once you've mastered that protocol, and this person that you want to be, the things that you value, and your standards and your boundaries, and like 48, or like 48 through and 40, 47 and 48, goodness, like episode 47 and 48, um you you are seeing yourself, you're using your imagination, you're making decisions, you're creating energy, sustainable energy, and you're using yourself to inspire the world. You start to see the things that you don't like about yourself, and the things that have kept you bound, and have hindered you from realizing your full potential, and you're letting those things go. Now you're here, and you're like, okay, so this person, so I've already established who I want to be when I grow up, right? Who I've already established who I want, how I want to impact the world. And right now, I need to make sure that this person that I'm becoming is protected. And the way that you protect the person that you're becoming is to understand your values and your standards, your boundaries, your limitations, your expectations, and how, and making the decision to, um making the decisions. I had to turn my little lights on. Making the decision to be that person no matter what. And no matter who shows you disrespect for who you are, who you're becoming, you still show them respect. You still become, because of who you are becoming, you don't have time to disrespect people, because you're realizing your full potential. And this is for everybody. It's not like, okay, so you realize your full potential and who you're becoming, and that person is a disrespectful a-hole. No, not if you're impacting the world, not if you're inspiring the world, not if you're creating sustainable energy for the world to live off of, right? No. You respect. You show people respect, no matter what, whether or not they've earned it, or whether or not they reciprocate. You are the image. You are the standard of respect. So, because you realize your full potential, and you ain't got time for the games. So, I'm sorry, I'm just cracking my knuckles on in the microphone, but I want to. I We've already talked about values and standards and boundaries. We've already talked about all this communication. We have already talked about the beliefs, and we've talked about standing up for what you believe in. We're going to talk about belief soon, but standing up for what you believe in, and respect. We've talked about these things, um, but I just want you to understand that when you master it, you have, it's like you're taking it to the next level. You're not just, before you were just writing it down, you were just thinking about it, and you were writing it down, and now you're going to be walking in it. Every step that you take, every decision that you make, every time you post something on social media, you have that in mind. Like, I started to post something this morning, and I was going to say I did all these, I recorded for both podcasts all morning. I've been doing all this, and then I deleted that, and then I literally just recorded myself, like, going like this to music, and let the music That's how I've learned in the last 24 hours. That's just what I need to do. When I feel that bubbling up inside of me to post something, I just find a song that I feel, right? And I just play the song to my face. Um, and for me, it's important because that shows my growth. It shows that I don't need to tell people what's going on. I don't need anybody going, "Oh, wow, Marquita's doing this right now. Oh, wow, look what she's doing. Oh, wow, look at her, how much she's grown." We don't need that. But I've definitely been talking about some of the things that I've been noticing, changes that I've been making. Like when I write a deadline in my calendar, I have to keep it. Um, or like I just said, when I go on social media, I don't need to say anything. Just let my work do the work. You know what I mean? Or let somebody else wrote. You know what I mean? If it applies to, just go with that. But but definitely, I want you to understand that the method and requirements to this system that is you need to be mastered by you, because you're gonna get a lot of people, and of course, we know the opinions of other people, what other people think, and all that stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. But I want to make sure that you are ready, because even though the opinions don't matter and what other people have to say, it doesn't matter. That doesn't mean it's not gonna like come. Like, it's inevitable. People are gonna see what you're doing, and whether they really know or not, whether you told them or whether they see or whether they heard it from someone else, they're gonna have something to say. And I need you to be ready for that, because people are going to challenge you. And I was actually talking to my husband earlier about this thing that someone in his family does, or I think a few people in his family do. I think there's people in my I was talking because there's people in my family who do it too. But it's like you'll say something, and the intimidation, they don't know how to handle their feelings of intimidation that you that you ignite inside of them. They don't understand how to handle it. So what they do is they challenge you. They feel that you're the let me slow down. Your intimidation is an attack on them. They take your assuredness, like they take your self-esteem and your confidence as an attack on their low self-esteem. And they feel like they have to challenge you, and they have to almost embarrass you, by asking you questions, and like, what is it, like giving you like a third degree. And when that happens, if you have mastered your protocol, you already know, like, what questions you're going to answer. You know which people you're going to accept questions from. Like, you know whose questions you're going to answer, because you're going to get to a point in becoming this person that you want to become, that you don't talk to everybody the same, and you don't let everybody talk to you like they used to. And like I have been saying, it's not a flesh fight. You don't have to be like up in arms all the time. But when they start to challenge you and do these things where in the past would make you feel embarrassed, or make you feel like you're not really authentic, because they've questioned, like what I said to my husband was like, I can say the sky is blue, right? On let's say it's Monday. It's 12 p.m., right? And I said, "Ooh, the sky is blue." But then this person hears that and says, "No, you said the sky was orange." Yes, I said the sky was orange on Saturday at like 8:30 when the sun was setting, right? Yeah, I said the sky was orange. But now the situation is different. Now, listen to me as I explain that on Saturday the sky was orange, and right now the sky is blue. You do not have to explain that. You don't have to say anything. Okay, I did. And I did say that. And like, you don't have to explain. You don't have to go into that. And like I said, with this specific person that I'm talking about, I don't have to, or people. I keep saying person, but it's like a bunch of. So, I don't have to answer to them. And that, man, I want you to understand this. You master your protocol. You understand who you answer to. Who do you answer to? Who do you answer to? How do you know who you answer to? Well, what do you value? Do you value yourself? Stop answering to people who do not see your value. Have you set standards? Hmm? Is it a standard that you uphold this image of confidence? Stop answering to people who challenge your confidence, who make you feel like who say things that are purposed to make you feel like you're less than. Stop allowing people who belittle you in your space. Stop going to that house where everybody is always making you feel like you're not loved and not wanted. Stop going there. Hello, master your protocol. Make up your mind. What do you want? What do you have to offer? Because that's what it's about. Who's going to benefit? Stop dealing with people who aren't going to benefit from your success, because they're not going to understand what you're going through in order to reach your success. They're not going to understand. They're just not. It's never going to matter to them. So stop. Stop making them think that they matter, because they don't. And of course, you don't, like I said, we know we're going to keep respect at the forefront. We know we don't have to be mean. We know we don't have to cuss people out, but we have to uphold that image. And sometimes, just the way, if they coming at you with some blap blap, just the way that you put your shoulders back, right? Stick your chin up, make your eye contact, keep your mouth shut. I don't have to. I don't have to. I do not have to engage in this conversation. I don't. It has nothing to do with whether I live or die, whether I succeed or fail. This conversation means nothing to me. And the person who is attacking me and my confidence and my esteem and my self-protocol doesn't deserve my voice, doesn't deserve my energy, doesn't deserve my time. It's okay for people to understand that they are irrelevant. It's okay. It's okay for people to understand that they're irrelevant. And they're not going to like it. But you have to be strong. Because what comes first is you and the people who are going to benefit from your success. If they're not going to benefit from your success, why are you explaining to them what you're doing in order to succeed? Why are you explaining to them why you want to succeed? Why are you explaining to them whether the sky is blue or orange or whatever? Stop it. Okay? Master your protocol. Get it together. All right? That's episode 49. I'm Marquita Hudgens. Like, subscribe, share, support. Go to the podcast. Click the support button. And you can give me $2 a month. It would greatly appreciate what I have going on here. All right? It would greatly appreciate. It would massively affect this community, and I would greatly appreciate it. So go ahead and subscribe to this channel if you're here with me on YouTube. If you want to check out the Voice Behind the Voice podcast, it's right here, and the Prayerful Dynamic podcast is right there. All right.